As you go through the process of looking into owning your own business, expect that you will hit a point where you start to have self-doubt, either coming from you or coming from somebody that you may know. A good friend of mine, Joe, at one point gave a very visual thing that hit me. He says, picture those self-doubts as a gremlin that sits on your shoulder.
Right.
So when you picture that, you see it, right? Now the gremlin has a role, and that role is to keep you in your comfort level. So it's not a bad role.
Like no change.
No
right?
change. Keep you very secure.
Right.
Now, to do that, part of the messages that that gremlin gives you is you're not good enough.
Right.
Don't trust those people. They're just trying to sell you something.
Yeah, separate you from your wallet. Right?
Exactly right. Are you sure you can do this? This is going to be tough to pull off. Now, when you hear those kinds of things, how do you deal with that?
You know, Paul, I like the analogy of the gremlin barking out. And the more you contemplate change, it's like the nastier the allegations get. You're not good enough. You're not smart enough. Mine tells me I'm fat, right?
Oh.
Yes. But it doesn't make it true. It just makes it an allegation, right? So what happens a lot of times, if you're watching this video, chances are you've been successful in the past, which is why you're giving yourself even permission to look at a business. Now, performers are used to performing. They're used to winning. And those little victories along the way, that's what quiet the gremlin down to the point where maybe it's even inaudible. But now you're contemplating change, right, Paul? And, and those voices get louder and they get nastier, don't they? Right? So, Paul, if you were working with a franchise, somebody looking at a franchise system, and you could see that they were buying into the lies of the gremlin, what would you tell them to do?
Yeah, it's another form of fear. Somebody's putting a fear thought, you're absorbing it.
Right.
So how do you counteract some of that fear? You do it through data. Now, let's talk about you since there's self-doubts. What you can do to get data is go check out what your past performance reviews have been over a period of years. Chances are you're going to see that you've been very accomplished. You've been rewarded for that. You're seen as a very good worker and a person that can bring closure to projects. Very good data. The other thing you can do is ask people directly that are in touch with you, understand who you are.
Like who?
Well, that can be on the job also.
Right,
it can be the manager, supervisor. It can be a good friend that's seen you in various settings.
Co-workers. Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So check out and have the data. And I think that is the best way then to bring you back to reality in terms of who you really are and what you can hope to achieve.
And if you have concerns or you're having doubt, don't be afraid to communicate that to the franchisor representative. They see this with every candidate that they're working for. It's very, very normal. It may not feel that way, but it is. So pick up the phone, have the conversation with the franchisor representative, and he'll help you move through it and make the right decision for yourself and your family.